Hi everyone, this is Carla. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Christmas in July. Today I'm going to show you something that looks so nice for your Christmas dinner tablescape that you won't believe how easy and simple this is. So let's get started. We're going to make this flatware pocket. And all I'm going to use to make it out of is ribbon. Can you believe that? It is so simple. I'm going to move this out of the way. What you'll need is a roll of ribbon. I had this in my stash, and so this is what I'm using today. It came on a pretty big roll, and I cut mine pretty generously, but I think if I had cut it maybe a little less, maybe an inch and a half less, I could have gotten 8 out of my roll. As it was, I only got 7, so I'm making 6. And if I do a table for 8, then I'll just do something more creative for the 2 end seats. But to get started on this, what you'll need is to cut your ribbon at 33 inches. Now, this ribbon is 5.5 inches wide, and it is not a wire ribbon. Now, in the past, I have made them with wire ribbon and made them 5 inches wide with the wire ribbon, and it was really cute. In fact, I've got one here. This one isn't decorated, but I made this one a couple years ago and embellished it with some really cute stuff. But this is the 5-inch, and that's, you can see the difference there, the 1/2 inch. And this one works fine for your flatware, but what I kind of like about this one is it does allow you room to put a napkin in there. So let's keep going. You've cut a piece at 33, I'm sorry, not 33 inches, 23 inches. 23 inches. Okay, so you can have a piece of ribbon at 23 inches. Then you're going to turn it like this. And I'm going to use my mat to measure with. So I'm going to line it up right here. I think I'll come down here. You can see that. And I'm going to go up 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here, I've got this even. I'm going to put my fingers, I'm going to simply fold this up on the 5-inch line. And I'm just going to finger press that. I want to make sure I've got these edges straight. And then just finger press that. I'm going to pull that down. Got that finger pressed. And then I'm going to line up again on my mat. And then I'm going to go up, keep those edges straight, 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to take this top inch and simply fold it under. So my pocket now will measure 4 inches after I turn down that inch from the top. Okay, we want to make sure got that even, and on the sides. Now what I'm going to do, got that even, I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch this down, and then I'll be right back. So now that I have that stitched, I'm going to take this trim. I got this at Hobby Lobby last year, and it's also a burlap. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to get this lined up again. And I'm just going to take it about an inch off of each side and about a 1/2 inch down. And I want to cut that so I have enough to turn under. So I'm going to cut that about an inch out on each side. And then I am going to take this and I want to fold this under. Then I'm going to clip it each side because burlap does fray very easily. And I'm going to turn it again this way, keep it straight across. Again, take this end, fold it in. Again, I'm going to clip that on. and this one. And now I'm going to take this to my machine and I'm going to open it like this, and I'm going to stitch across this way and across this way, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back and we have stitched across the top side of that. And let's trim these little threads off right there. Now what you're going to do is take this and we're going to line it up again on my mat, and you're going to go up 8 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's keep it straight. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At the top of 8, again, you're going to take your fingers and you're going to turn it under. And you're going to finger press it. Line your sides up so they will sew down nice and neatly. And I always double check. I mean, it doesn't have to be totally perfect, but the more straight and even your top is, the more straight and even your sides are going to be. So we've got that folded up. And let's see. This doesn't look quite right. I may have it too big. Nope, we're getting there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm a little short, so I'm going to pull this down just a hair. And come up again. I still think I can come down a little more. Let's check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now, as you can see what I was talking about earlier, I cut my ribbon strip to begin with at 23 inches. And as you can see, all I'm going to do with what's left here is fold it up. In fact, I may trim some of that off. If I would have cut each one of my 6 a little bit shorter, I might have had enough to get my 8 out of, because I got 7 and I had this much left. So possibly I could have gotten 8. So anyway, just thought I'd throw that in. All right, now let's come over here. I'm going to trim a little bit of this off because I don't need all of that up there. Oh, about, I don't know, half, 3/4 of an inch. Turn that off. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to get it back on my lines on my mat here. I'm simply going to take this and turn it up even with the top. That's where it's real important to get your sides straight and your top even, so your sides don't want to wiggle out a little bit. I think I can come up a little more on that. Let's see. And this one's wanting to pooch out just a little. I'm going to bring it over. That looks better. And of course, we're working with burlap. I mean, it stretches a little bit, so may not be totally perfect. I think that looks pretty good though. Let me see. Yeah, I like that. So all I'm going to do now is simply take my little clamps. Again, I'm going to clamp that together because I know that's where that fold is. That's a pretty important part there. I don't want this sticking out. I want that pretty even right there. Get that on there. There's another area where your pocket comes together here. I want to clamp that. And clamp this one. And I'm going to clamp the top just to keep it pretty flat and straight right up here. Now, what I'm going to do now is simply take it back to my sewing machine. I'm going to start at the top here, and I'm going to go down pretty close to where that serging seam already is on the ribbon. I'm simply going to sew all the way down, and I'm going to get to the bottom corner, and I'm going to stop, lift my presser foot, and pivot. And then I'm going to sew across to the next corner. I'm going to have maybe a 1/4 inch seam, or close to, like I said, that serging seam. Then I'm going to again stop, lift my presser foot, pivot, and then all we have left to do, folks, is just come right back up to the top, do a little back stitch, and we'll be finished, except for the decoration. I'll be right back. Okay, we've stitched around that. I'm going to trim these threads off. And now you've got your pocket. It's pretty on the back, pretty on the inside. You've got your trim. And now all we have left to do is embellish it. And you can do that, you know, with anything you would like. But what I've got, I found this last year. Oh, it was at Joann's in a clearance bin, and I just loved it. I had no clue what I would do with it, but I just loved it. So I started looking at this, and I thought, you know, sometimes less is more, and I don't really want to put a whole lot on these because I think they're pretty and you know, simple, but at the same time a little bit elegant. So I thought I'm going to use this, and then I was going to use one of these little pine cone stems with the little berries on it that I got last year also at Hobby Lobby, like some of this other stuff. And so that's what I decided to do. So with this trim, I'm going to take it, I'm going to cut it at 6 inches. I'm going to use my mat here. I've got the 10 up to 6, and I'm just going to cut that across. And all I did with this, I just simply kind of went to the 3-inch middle, kind of bunched it up, trying to keep it even and where it kind of bunches and, you know, looks kind of nice. There we go. And I just took my Hobby Lobby stem. I'm going to place it right here as close as I can get it. And then I'm going to bend it right there. And I'm going to come around one time to make that tight. Then I'm going to go around this whole berry group. Come around that. Then I've got it kind of like this. Kind of see how that's going to go. Yeah, I'm liking that. And then I've got this. I'm going to bring on around and bring it under. Make sure I've still got my trim the way I want it. Then I'm going to take my wire cutters and cut it back a little bit so when I put my hot glue on, it's also going to secure that stem in place. So take my wire cutters, just kind of snip that off. Then I'm going to take my hot glue, kind of put it right here where that snip was. Well, I'm simply just going to turn this over and place it in the center. And since this burlap is pretty porous, I'm going to hold that, give that time to dry. But I just thought these are so simple and so cute. And like I said, I got 6 of these. Wouldn't these be adorable for your tablescape if you were having a little Christmas luncheon or little Christmas tea? And as I said on this one, I actually had picked up these little linen napkins that have this hand crocheted trim on them at a garage sale. And I just thought that was adorable in there. But you could, maybe if you had a color scheme going, you could choose a napkin with a different color, maybe a red napkin, or green, or a pattern, maybe the buffalo check or something. You could put that in there with that, and you go with more of a farmhouse theme with that. Anyway, I think they are just adorable. So thank you for watching, and if this is your first time coming by, please check out the comment section. If you have any comments you'd like to leave, please leave that below, and hit like if you enjoyed this tutorial, and please subscribe. And you have a happy Christmas in July, and I'll be back with some more fun things to do. Until later, bye-bye.